Okay, this is part 2 of the Krepples videos, and of course our Krepples have been chilling in the pan, and we'll just take them out, remove the paper. They can fall apart fairly easy. Sometimes they hold up better than others. I like to have a pan with a little, or a plate with a little flour on it to kind of lay them so they don't stick. You just slice. You want to slice them fairly thin. If you can tell there, you know, how they are. As you see, it holds together fairly well. Sometimes they do better than others, like this one's falling apart. It doesn't matter, because that happens occasionally. Your cornmeal can absorb more water, sometimes more than others, and therefore makes a difference in the texture. So I'm just going to roll them on a little bit of flour. I've done them without flour. They will turn out okay, but this batch is very wet, which happens, and so the flour is going to help me handle it. So now we're going to fry this, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Now to fry the Krepples, you want to get your oil pretty warm. And I don't put, I don't know, what's that, about a 1/4 inch? I don't put a lot of oil in there compared to some. People like these deep fried. I don't. I tend to like them just enough oil to give the same effect as deep fried without actually deep frying. Because Krepples are really bad to splatter, and the more oil you got, the more splatter you've got. So we're going to wait for that oil to get hot, and then we're going to add the Krepples. It takes a very long time to fry Krepples. If you're going to do this, plan a whole morning, because I don't know why they take so long, but you want to get them browned and crispy, and in order to do that, they got to be very, very hot. So as soon as my oil is hot and I add the Krepples, I'll come back and show you them frying. As you can see, they are sizzling and just starting to fry. The flour isn't very thick, so we shouldn't have a lot of the flour taste in there. Now, you wait until they start to get fairly brown on the bottom, and then, however, be prepared for it to splatter. So if you have a splatter screen or something of that nature, you can use it to save yourself some burns and worries. But be careful of pets and children. We'll be back when they're closer to done. Okay, our Krepples have been frying. I've flipped them a couple times, and now they are very crispy. You can hear them. The inside is still creamy. That's why I boil them in the proportions I do. If you want a stiffer Kreppel that isn't as creamy inside, I would suggest maybe decreasing a 1/2 cup on the boiling water. However, if you get them too stiff, they may be gritty and not as pleasant to eat. Anyhow, I film while standing on a stool, so let me find a way to rearrange this to show you how I plate them up. Okay, now removing the Krepples from the pan and onto the plate. If they're really greasy, you may want to put a paper towel down first. These, I think, will drain off fairly well, but you can see they want to stick together, and the flour has made little crunchy things around them. If you don't use flour, you won't have this. They'll just be like slices. Anyhow, you can hear them, and let me show you the inside. See, they're creamy inside. Now, like I say, if you want them less creamy and more crispy all the way through, decrease the water a little bit when you're boiling to make the mush part. But now, I did warn you about the splatter, and I myself have burnt my arm and my leg during this process. You can serve these with syrup, powdered sugar, or just plain. I like them just plain. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the recipe. I apologize for the nail polish again. I focus more on content rather than visual appeal. So I hope you have enjoyed it, and thank you very much for stopping by.